Ugh.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Greg. Chad, your
Whatever.
boyfriend's here.
Favorite party member.
Enemy to lovers. I
Craig
feel
doesn't
it.
like labels. I mean, no, we're not.
I mean, Craig, shut up.
I didn't say it. Hey, robots.
Prices are right there.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, don't act like you know empathy and emotions.
I simulate them just like any other semi-organic being.
Mhm.
We're all carbon-based life forms.
Why don't you update your software and get a clue?
All right. If we're all here and ready, let's hop into our session. Previously, in our last game, we watched as our party of 3 would wake in the small village of Longbarrow, speaking with Peter Tellman and Brock of the Belfast Surplus, before venturing north, traveling out of Longbarrow and heading up the dirt road. After a day and a half on the narrow northern stretch, Warren, Humta, and Lucius would come across a mid-stage robbery and possible kidnapping. The 3 standing together as they would face off against the 4 bandits in heated combat, both sides going back and forth with devastating blows, ultimately seeing 3 of the bandits fall, as well as 2 of our party members. The bandit captain managing to escape far off into the dense forest, leaving Warren as the lone survivor to free the captives. Meeting these traveling musicians and ensuring they're prepared for the remainder of their travel south, Warren would put Humta to rest while being unable to locate Lucius's remains. Our game ending with Warren continuing on the narrow northern stretch, surviving a deadly day of heavy storms and a sketchy night of sleep in a cave. Watching as the graying gnome would complete his remaining travel up to the town of Ravenholm. I'll move our little mappy poo over here.
I went to grab my notes and I forgot I had school notes. So I was looking at the little descriptions and I was like, why do I have all these bones listed out? Biology class. Nothing to do with their death. We're fine. It just took me moments. There you go.
So today's game will be picking up in the dead of night, seeing the moody cloudscape and dark moonless sky still overhead. Our sight seeing the quaint town of Ravenholm below, currently in the midst of a very light rainfall. Watching as a few hooded citizens move through the muddy streets, our view will move further down into the town, as we would follow behind a small, cloaked individual as they would hurriedly step through the rain-covered town, a strong wind sweeping through, tempting to topple the small cloaked figure, but they'd stabilize while still keeping in stride, moving forward, heading towards one of the largest buildings here in the town. Finally, coming to the door of the inn, here at the northern tip of town, seeing the creaky wooden inn sign hanging overhead, reading the North River Drink House and Rest. The cloaked figure reaching up to grab the slippery handle, pressing into the door as they would swing it open. The welcoming, warm interior of the inn immediately bringing you comfort, Warren, as your past 4 days on the road have been a rocky endeavor, to say the least. But finally, you've made it to your destination, back to civilization, back to safety. Maybe let's just do a quick vibe check for Warren here, as you would step into this inn, immediately being out of the rain after traveling through it all day. Finally being in somewhere safe and warm with a roof.
Excuse me. Okay. And my apologies. Just to clarify, has it been like 2 days, 3 days since it all went down? How much longer did I have? 2 more days?
It was about 2 days since you had to basically burn a day. So
Okay,
with
yeah.
the slower travel on your previous day, it roughly rounds out to about 4 days of travel.
I got a little legs. Okay, and then you said it's evening?
Yes, it is
Nighttime?
well into the night, probably 2 or 3 hours into night at this point, maybe rearing around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. That light rainfall is sort of still going on. It was present all day. You had to face it all day, which I'm sure is a nightmare.
Hmm. He probably keeps his low profile and maybe kind of hands up the old leg and walking stick as he kind of comes in and just kind of takes note of the room and everybody and see if there's friendly faces. And I think at this point, he probably just wants like a hot drink and food. So I think I'll go and post it.
As soon as you sort of head over to the sort of interior, stepping inside proper, you'd see a few faces here at the tavern, not too many, yeah, possibly less than you expected. And there would be two barkeeps behind the bar itself, possible innkeepers. You'd see almost rehearsedly as you'd entered, they would say in unison, "Welcome to North River. Looking for refreshment or rest?" Um, you would see one of the barkeeps would be this sort of middle-aged man, piercing green eyes, chiseled jaw. The other, a beautiful woman, dark black hair and sort of deep brown eyes, sort of delicate features. And as you sort of begin to approach, the woman would sort of stop the man. "Oh, dear, you look awfully wet. If you'd like, we can get you a drink. If you'd like to sit by the hearth to dry off, you're more than welcome. Oh, you're trekking in a lot of a lot of mud.
Oh, my dripping. Oh, mud. Oh, my. And he just looks at the trail that also, like, his cloak had nice and smeared out as well. I am so sorry. I would love a drink and a room if there's one available. And he's like pulling up his cloak, trying to get off the floor. Straff, be great. As food?
Of course, yes, yes.
Whatever you prefer first.
Head over to the hearth. I'll grab a menu. Oh, please, yes.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
Jasper, as she's moving from behind the bar, calling to someone. The man looking at you. Here, if you head over to the right, the hearth is in full effect. We got plenty of rooms.
Right.
If you want, we can handle that now, or when you're a little more cozy.
Yeah.
Yours choice.
If there's plenty of them, maybe I'll just kill. We'll try it off first. And he'll like take off his shoes and use his mage hand to like carry them. And he'll kind of pull up his cloak and stuff a little bit. And you can now kind of see his totally metal replaced leg and stuff. And yeah, he'll go traipse over by the fire and dry off.
I love it. As you're heading over to the hearth, you probably hear a young man come from what you would assume is the kitchen. The woman sort of pointing to the mess. You hear them having a very light discussion. He rolls his eyes, heads back to get some cleaning products. Moving over to the hearth. Bryce, why don't you describe the first person that Warren would cross by as heading to the hearth?
He would see a small, seemingly like content goblin woman dressed in a mix of like dark leather armor and maybe sort of travel worn, like what was once bright white cloak and garments that are a bit more like almost beige, almost gray, just like worn, clean, but just old, you know. She has her pack at her side. I think it's probably about as big as her. And she's got some weapons on her side, like a rapier strapped to one side and a bow across her back. She's just got like a sweet sort of face, like when her, like I have resting sad face. She has resting like approachable face. Like she looks like someone you could tell your problems to.
She always has like a soft smile.
Yeah, like just a natural upturn at the corners of her mouth.
hmm
Pale green skin, short cut, wispy green hair, and classic long goblin ears. Everything's a bit flushed from the chilly weather and the warmth inside, and maybe that half-finished mug of beer on the table in front of her.
I love it. As you sort of begin to cross the table, you would notice the smaller of the two figures before you sort of turn the corner, approaching the hearth. You see the larger of the two figures sitting here at the table. Chance, could you describe your character for us?
I can. So you see an Aarakocra, resembling that of a falcon, in the head, sitting across from the goblin, sitting at about 4'10". But if you were to ask them, it's a solid 5 feet. A lot heavier than an Aarakocra that you've ever seen before. He's very hefty. He comes in at 180 pounds. Uh,
Samoans.
he's got he's got like mostly blue feathers with tufts of white all over as well. Mostly like around the eyebrows, kind of in the corner of the eyes, and around the bottom of the beak. The beak is a shorter one, and it's kind of more of a pale yellowish with a black tip. He does wear a big necklace that's this glowing kind of orangish yellowish amalgamation of like different kinds of blocked chains, and then has on chainmail armor, and over that like a just like kind of a worn down like leather brown leather cloak, and a big belt on with a bunch of different like accoutrements on it and stuff like water skin and all sorts of different other things, and then of course his war pick at the side.
I love that. Almost like a workman's belt.
hmm
I love that. And for both, it was Kira, right? Or Kira? Oh, you're muted, Brycey Poo.
Oh yeah, you were right, Kira.
Kira. For Kira and Hyperion, you would see this small gnomish man, shoes in hand, one metal leg, as he would be approaching the hearth, his clothes just completely soaked. The boots that he would be sort of hovering with this mage hand would just be smattered with mud, as he would be calmly walking to the roaring hearth, just essentially flanking the table you're both sitting at. And for you, Warren, you finally reach that hearth, and its warm embrace is immediately met as it like this hearth is basically keeping this whole place warm. So as you're this close, it is just a breath of fresh air for you.
Ugh. He probably kind of noted everything, but just wanted like to get to the hearth, and he probably like lays his cloak kind of close to where the stone's hot, and kind of holds his shoes with the mage hand going, not like directly over the flames, like above it to kind of get that raising heat.
hmm
And then he's just gonna kind of pop a squat with his back to it, and probably like slink down some of his stuff down next to him, and do I have any sort of their attention?
Like, are we
Uh,
paying attention to you?
Not like a hard stare, but you know, someone new just kind of like starts posting up next to you.
I mean, I think Kier would be looking at you. Like, I think because we're in Ravenholm, right? We're in
Mhm.
town. We're not on the edge
Mhm.
of it. I would like to think it seems pretty obvious to her that you just got into town. So she's
Okay.
probably just like, "Oh, a traveler." Like, just
Yeah,
kind of eyeing you.
if there's any sort of that like glance over opening thing while he's getting set up, he would just kind of like, "Oh, I'm so sorry if this, if any of this bothers you. I know you guys kind of had the spot to yourself. It's just, well, I made a mess and I got in trouble. It's just been a long day." As he just kind of like starts like, kind of like I don't know, like stretching and bringing back his mechanical leg, like Brian just.
Work out some of the excess
Yeah.
moisture.
Maybe brings out one of his socks.
Goodness, sir, that's nothing to apologize for. Looks like you just got into town.
Trouble,
I
you say?
I did. What? Oh, did I
Trouble,
say
you
trouble?
say?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
said trouble.
you on the run from something?
Why would I be on the run from something?
You said you got into a little bit of trouble today, so I was just checking in.
I didn't say I got any trouble today. Did I say I got
Well,
into trouble?
you
Yeah.
said you got in trouble, sir, but maybe
Oh,
we're just
I'm sorry. Yeah,
misunderstanding
no, I
something.
got in trouble for tracking mud into the place.
Ah, I sort of give like
Yeah.
Hyperion like a pat on the arm, like a reassuring. Down, boy.
That's right.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
didn't mean anything by it.
No,
I was just trying
it's just
to like
the
you look a little scuffed
severity.
up and stuff. Like I
Yeah,
was just
no,
checking in.
it just comes with being old.
I mean, cuts and bruises come with just being old.
Oh, no, that's just Travis. I thought you were talking about some of the other stuff, and he like has like a half metal hand, scars, and a missing leg.
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
no, the leg and the all the other mechanical bits are really interesting, but I
Thanks, I
mean,
made it
just
myself.
fine craftsmanship.
You're an interesting duo. I'd love to hear your story. I mean, I don't see too many. Is it a goblin? I think, and you're a big fella yourself. What are you, 4'10"?
Oh no, I'm 5 foot,
Hmm.
5 foot.
solid 5
Mm-hmm.
foot. I mean, the big comment.
No,
Come on,
I see,
man.
I
Like,
see it. Oh, it's the flickering flames.
I mean, I'm a little bit sensitive. I haven't been able to fly for a few years now, so
Oh, I didn't know that was a problem. I
yeah.
just thought it was just all feathers. Be honest with you.
Hmm. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of feathers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Warren's just being nice. He didn't think that at all. He's like, God damn.
That's a big boy.
That's a big
Look at
ass
this
bird. I've never
big
seen this
boy.
before. Looks like the Juggernaut from X-Men. Just fuck you up.
Well, goodness,
But
sir, I can't say I'm not flattered you're interested in us, considering all those fancy bits you made yourself. I can't imagine it was for no reason.
Oh, wow. I've always been a tinker. His name is Warren Tinker Hill. The Tinker Hills. Probably means
Pleasure.
nothing outside of my hometown, but yeah, we're well-known inventors. I got a little bit of the travel bug to pick up knowledge where I can. It's where I've ran into kind of all sorts of folk. That's why I just thought it was a interesting pairing, as all. And he kind of gets quiet for a second. He's like, I mean, my last group was pretty interesting itself. Here, yeah, I could join you a little bit. And he will just kind of scoot the chair a little closer to the heat so he could be warm. And he'll probably like lay his stuff over the stool that was there and push a little closer.
Like as you're
Yeah.
sort of setting up like your new post, you would see that sort of female barkeep heading over to you as you're about to get situated in your chair. Joining you two, excellent. And she would hand off a physical menu to you, like a threefold menu. And here is this for all of you, if you so choose to partake.
Well, I don't mean
Um,
to be presumptuous, sir, but it looks like you could use a hot drink. I'd be more than happy to put that on our tab in exchange for a story or two.
Oh, I was offered to buy you guys a drink. Listen to your story. So this is fun. Maybe we just get a couple. Sorry, I just what the fuck is it? A gallon? Is that what, yeah. Maybe we just get a gallon or two and just some different foods. We just here. I don't mind getting some stuff as well.
if you're looking for something hot, I personally recommend the Dragon Bite. A bit of a cinnamon touch, a lighter ale, generally served warm. If you're looking for something with a bit more of a bite to warm you up, we always recommend the Brackish Barrel, a delicious, delicious drink. Generally cut with water, juice, or even ale. Don't recommend drinking straight, but for some, they prefer it that way.
Right. I will do the Dragon Bite and oh god, there's so many bits. What a great menu. He'll also order the seed potatoes and sweet rolls.
Oh, excellent choice. Excellent choice. Would you like the sweet rolls first or served with your meal?
Maybe just a little after towards the end. Be great. It's all
Excellent,
right.
excellent. And what was the first thing you got again? I'm so sorry. You said the sea
Dragon.
potatoes.
Oh, yes.
Excellent,
scroll.
excellent.
Seed potato, Dragon Bite.
All right, we'll get all that started up for you. I'll come back with that gallon of Dragon Bite.
Be sure to put that on our tab, man.
Oh, of course, Kira. Of course.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's kind of neat. What brings you two here? Well, I
Oh,
guess there's a
God.
better question that she seemed to know your name. Are you guys from here?
Oh, we visit quite often, don't we, Hyperion?
Oh yeah, we go around all the big cities pretty fairly often.
Oh. Well, this is great. Maybe you guys could help me out with what I had going on. Here,
Yes,
not to be
please,
so
share with us.
presumptuous. Oh, okay. Well, I had just come. I'm sorry. Right down. What was that last town?
Long Barrow.
Long Barrow.
Long Barrow. There we go.
Oh, never knew more.
And then just for my own notes, because I'm rebuilding. What was the? What was that major port town called again?
It was Portway Harbor.
Portway Harbor.
That's where you guys sort of
came in,
entered
right?
Calic proper.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now again. Yeah, I was just actually in Long Barrow. And they just had a little bit of undead problem. And we were just guess it's just me now, but I was helping them out with trying to solve it. And I came here looking for somebody who I need holy water and somebody who could do sacred flame. I could buy the holy water, but I was hoping somebody could help me out with the flame part, or at least I can find a spell scroll or something. So anyway, I've just been traveling from there. I just got in, obviously, a few minutes ago. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Goodness. So you need these supplies to deal with those undead?
Yeah, we so we killed a lot of them. But kind of like kept them safe and at bay. Went out. It seemed like there was a bowl of holy water and a bowl with a sacred flame always burning. I'm not quite sure how the magic works, but yeah, I just like to help the town. It's helping those in need. Always seems to pay off. So yeah, got the time. So here I am. care to help, it'd be much appreciated. I can point
Well,
me in the
I
right
Uh,
direction.
pal. Because you just happen to stumble upon the finest duo that Eldath has to offer. We are Eldath's channel, and Kira, I think, might be able to help you out with that sacred flame.
Oh,
It's true, sir. That is an ability of mine. Thanks to Blessed Lady herself.
hmm.
I have to ask, where are your friends? You keep saying we, but sure seems like you've come in here alone.
He probably like fumbles with that like puzzle box for a second. Is that what I took?
Oh, my heart.
Well, on the journey, excuse me, we found some people who needed our help, and when we got involved, bandits got the better of us. We fought pretty well, but my two friends died. Yeah, I laid one to rest, and when I went to go find the other one, he was just he was just gone. I don't know where his body went.
Mm,
Wow.
That's unsettling.
Yeah, he wasn't from this plane though, so I don't know how that all works. Maybe he.
Do you know anything about planar beings, Kira?
Yes. Do I? I was about to ask. Oh, God.
He was what, Air Genasi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could tell me if you think your character would know anything about that. You could roll a history or a religion check.
We're gonna see what I've learned in church. Also, I'm so curious, Chance, was this history roll for any particular reason?
Yeah, I was to see if
I-
I had heard anything about the Tinker Hills before, and
Oh, I
I
see.
Yeah.
absolutely have
Because
not.
I was paying attention to the timing there. I was like, he has no idea who the Tinker Hills are.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see it pop up, so I just saw
Yeah, I
it
saw
there. I
that
was like,
one.
oh my God.
Who knows?
So funny.
Okay, I've been doing okay in church.
17. You have heard of religious cases where someone of divine choosing, when slain, their physical form is reclaimed. You have also heard the same thing about demons. When demons die, their physical form is destroyed entirely and they return to the nine hells.
Mhm.
So it's something you heard of, kind of rare, but there are a few things you could think of that would explain a person's body just being gone.
Makes sense. His hedonist deity would want to reclaim that body.
Yeah. That sweet,
Uh,
sweet bod. Taken too soon.
Had to wake that up.
All of
Uh,
you give me some perception checks. Yeah, just some flat perception checks, just to catch a vibe as you're all hanging out here.
Man, we're not starting off strong today.
5 and an 11.
the
Just
middle
killing
of
it.
the night.
Oh,
And he already
money.
insulted your height.
The middle of the night. I didn't insult it. I accurately guessed it.
That's an insult. How
He has a
fucking dare you?
problem with
How about
How
mind
dare
your own
you.
business? He told you he's 5 foot.
that. He's
5 foot, damn it.
You're maybe slightly startled as the barkeep comes back over, drink in hand, placing this gallon down, as well as 3 cups. I wasn't exactly sure how much you were going to be sharing, so I just went ahead and brought a cup for each. The sweet rolls should be out here shortly. And I did just want to inquire of Eldath's channel if I could, speaking as a concerned citizen rather than a caregiver, if you will.
Of course,
Please.
man.
Please do. We are obliged to help.
Speak freely.
My intentions may sound slightly selfish, but I was hoping to inquire if perhaps you all could look into a problem that the roads have been having. Um, there have been a few reports of goblin attacks on some caravans, and because of that, us here and many other establishments in Ravenholm, we've had to pay a premium for guarded welfare when goods would be supplied to us or shipped out. Um, we have had some of the triumvirate knights come and do a survey of the forest and general area, but they were unable to find any homestead, and well, we're unsure what to do. Um, my husband mentioned that, well, perhaps with your heritage, Kira, maybe if you could find them and reason with them, perhaps we could come to an agreement with them of some kind.
Mm. It is strange, folks be what they are regardless of race, but I suppose I can try to figure out what the issue is, and perhaps we can spread the knowledge of Eldast's goodness upon their people and help things settle more peacefully.
Exactly. I know if there's anyone that could find a peaceful solution, it would be Eldath's channel, the one of the greatest adventuring parties, at least in Ravenholm's eyes. You both have done a lot of good over the years.
Mighty kind of you, man. Think so highly of regular folks like us. We'll look into this issue. Right, Hyperion?
Absolutely. I can't believe you guys would hire those knights to try to do this anyway. Leave it to the professionals.
That's exactly what I said. My husband agreed. We don't have much to offer as far as information, but if you were able to clear them out or come to a reasoning, we would be more than happy to compensate you in, well, any way we could. Starting, of course, at least with tonight's check. Please don't worry about your room instead for the two of you. You are honored guests here, as always.
Oh, wow. Eldest blessings upon you, man. We'll take care of this issue as soon as possible.
Incredible offer. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, your sweet rolls will be right out. Thank you again so much. And as she would turn and begin to walk away, a second figure would basically be sort of moving right past her, kind of towards the table itself. And Maverick, could you describe the character they would see approaching the
None of you
table?
played with
So-
us!
Can I change it ever so slightly because of my
No.
roll that I did? You did see
Sure.
that, right?
Yeah.
The 17. So while you guys were distracted talking with her, you would like go to turn around and look back at each other again, and there would be a guy sitting in a chair backwards. Somehow he snuck in without you guys noticing. I rolled a 17 on my stealth. And before she walks away, he would be like, "Oh, could I get another leftovers, please?" Thank
Oh
you.
my god, I was just looking at the leftovers. I was like, who the hell would order that?
As soon as I saw it, I was
see
like,
your roll,
"Yes,
Maddie."
this is my guy's drink."
he might have whispered it.
It was whispered.
Okay.
Wait, what's the leftovers? I'm trying to find it.
It's
who-
just
Oh,
old
found it.
mead, ciders, and
Special
ales
tailed
mixed
juice.
together.
Hell yeah.
Fucking jungle juice.
Nice.
As
Yeah, go
he's
ahead.
like, he'd say that and then finish the one that he had, and then turn the cup over and like set it on the table, and just be like, "So I hear we're going on a party adventure, yeah?"
What do you look like?
He is a halfling. Guess you could show them the picture.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty
just
much straightforward with the picture. He's got like white hair, big baggy pants, the loose fitting overshirt. It very much looks like monk attire, but if any of you are familiar with any of like the local monasteries at all, or even just monks in general, like you're not seeing any sort of actual symbol on this guy, like tying him to a monastery.
Suspicious.
The one difference is that he's starting to get scraggly. He hasn't shaved in a while, so he's got like white, slightly grayish beard going on. And he's got a quarterstaff that is like 3.5 feet tall for his 3 foot. Comparable like size proportions to like a normal person, because I guess I'm small.
Am I seriously the
Oh yeah,
biggest
you
person
should probably
on the
make me
team?
a little smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you and some small skin.
I can't believe I'm the biggest person on the team.
But if you were to ask him, he'd
Your
be like,
dad
"No,
joke.
this is a normal sized quarterstaff. It's the same 4 foot quarterstaff everyone else has."
We've got a lot of oh shit, what the
Yeah,
fuck
guys
is that
really
called?
can't just tell the
Little
truth
man
about their height.
syndrome.
No, he knows he's short, but he's like, "No, this is the same quarterstaff. What do you mean?"
Yeah, that you're in
Can't
denial
tell the
about
truth. Yeah, it's
about
fine.
being in denial about your height. That's like you're like
I don't know what you're
3
talking about.
Lulu.
Have
Do we
Those
know
lifted
you?
carriage.
Yeah.
No, you guys have no idea who he is.
That's
Just
what everyone
random
would have asked.
person just walking up to us.
And Francisco, you probably had heard of Eldath's channel, like vaguely in a couple of times in a few circles, and it was
Mhm.
maybe hearing that conversation confirming that, oh, these are Eldath's channel? Oh, cool. And
Yep.
Warren, you recognized this figure. I mean, they were just sort of sitting off to the side on their own when you entered. Hyperion and Kira, you maybe saw them enter the tavern earlier tonight, but they probably kept to themselves. I would imagine, not made too much of a scene, just enjoyed their drink.
Can I roll an insight?
Roll me an insight check.
I don't know if I even have good insight. Let's see. 15.
15. What are you trying to glean from Francisco?
I'm just trying to pick up on any like nefariousness, I suppose. Like, why is this guy joining us? Like, is he up to no good, or is he just kind of a little quirky?
Francisco, what do you think Kira would pick up with the 15 insight?
You can tell he's smiling. He's got a little bit of the red face going on. You can definitely
Rosy
smell
cheeks.
the drink.
It's many
Uh,
drinks, apparently, in
Yeah.
one.
After he puts the cup upside down, he's just kind of like sitting there now with his hands, because he's sitting in the chair backwards, so he's kind of like resting his head on his hands on like the back of the chair, just like waiting for a response. I don't think you would pick up on anything nefarious necessarily.
Probably more playful than
Yeah.
nefarious, it sounds like.
He's being a little cheeky.
Well, goodness, friend, you snuck up on us.
I mean, it wasn't that hard.
I mean, and I don't remember you being a part of the conversation overall.
Yeah, no, I mean, I tend to insert myself into situations.
I believe it.
I don't know your name, friend, but have you ever heard the word consent before?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Francisco. Would you like another leftovers? I could get you one. I could call her back.
Do you need us to buy you a drink?
No. I mean, I
Hey.
just, I don't really like to spend too much unless it's
I'm
a particular kind. I've
you-
got my favorite thing, but
I mean, do you
sure.
I just
really
like to
need?
drink.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
really need more? I can kind of smell you from here, friend.
You do look a little red in the face.
I'm fine. Look, he gets up, does a spin, sits back down.
Touches his fingers to
Yeah,
his
sir,
nose.
that's not
Yeah.
exactly sober behavior.
I'm
I'm fine. I
coordinated.
can
It's
drive.
fine.
If I was
Well,
drunk,
Listen,
could
I
I
just,
do this?
I
That's
overheard
Carlton.
you guys are getting into some issues. Maybe you could use some extra help. I know how to
Ooh.
use this thing, and he points to the quarterstaff on his back.
Okay. Well, so
You know what? Why don't we let fate decide? And he pulls out his dice, and he goes like, "If I roll, I don't exactly know how this mechanic works, Matt. I'm pretty sure you saw those dice, though.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd be like, if I roll over a certain number, you guys got to let me join."
well, I gotta say, Hyperion may have had a point asking you about consent, because
Just to interrupt here, how would somebody normally join your group?
I think
I'm
just a
usually
regular
the joiner.
conversation.
Okay, so maybe we don't need fate. Maybe you just ask who you can join. Just kind of start there. And I'm gonna go tend to my clothes by the fire real quick.
You go flip them. You go flip your shoes and your cloak.
Also, just so you guys know, mechanically, I have a -1 to charisma.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Love
I have a
it.
-1 to strength.
So I was like, this guy's a little abrasive in how he acts.
He's like, yeah, I'm a
Abrasive's a
part of the
great
gang
word.
already. What's wrong? I love it.
So hold on. How about you just tell us why you're so keen to join us? Like, did you hear what the issue was?
Yeah, what do you bring to
uh,
the table, Francisco?
well, actually, I heard a couple things. I heard something about some undeads. I guess you gotta go talk to some goblins, right?
Yeah.
I could, I could help out.
Do you speak Goblin, Francisco?
Yes.
Insight.
Yeah, I don't think we need an insight.
You can do another GM roll to me if you want, Mav, for deception or persuasion if you want to keep it hidden, or you could just roll it out in the open, whichever you
For
so choose.
funsies, why not?
Kira, as you're sort of looking at Francisco,
God damn.
giving him a once over.
Damn.
For Hyperion and Warren, you both were like, "Oh, what are the odds? Someone else who speaks Goblin?"
Yeah, that's wild.
But Kira, you're looking at Francisco, and you would put money on it. There's no way this guy speaks Goblin. He was so delayed with that response. Why wouldn't you open with that?
Yeah. I'm gonna do the classic, like, start speaking in Goblin and be like, "Oh wow, that's crazy. Do you know Goblin? I sure would appreciate an extra set of hands when dealing with this issue." Speaking Goblin with a southern twang.
You just see Francisco nodding along, like, uh-huh.
And now shake your head, if you know what I'm saying.
Just keeps nodding. Uh-huh.
That's what I thought, friend. And Hyperion can speak Goblin, right? Like, he learned that from me.
That's
right. Aren't you
that's
proficient in Goblin?
true. I think that's true. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, so you would be like, "Oh yeah, he totally does," and then I'm talking to him, and you're like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
at that point, Hyperion would probably look at Francisco and be like, "Hey, we don't take I don't really take very kindly to being just lied to. So you're not starting off on a great foot here.
Okay. I
Warren's
mean,
eating and loving it.
That's fair. I'm just trying to help out. Honestly, I'm bored. I need something to do. I need a little bit of a thrill.
I mean, risking your life isn't the cure for boredom, friend.
I don't know if it's really a cure for anything, but may as well do something good if I'm feeling reckless.
Hmm. Yeah, this is like, because this goblin thing might turn into like a bit of a diplomatic whatchamacallit. So
Yeah.
reckless
And
isn't
you're here
necessarily
for it.
what we're looking for.
You can handle that. I'm just here in case things get dirty.
He's so
Uh-huh.
good. He just misunderstands your goblin conversation. Just starts beating the shit out of everybody.
It makes me think of that Pink Panther scene where like he keeps saying like I would like a hamburger like at the airport.
Hamburger.
Okay, Francisco, I'm gonna ask you again. What do you bring to the table? This time, no lies.
I mean, I am classically trained as a monk. Pretty good at it, if I do say so myself.
A monk, you say? I
Yeah,
mean,
I got some moves.
not that I think that would help with goblins, but I do believe that may be a help with the undead problem that our friend Mr. Tinkerhill over here was having back in Longbarrow, you say?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it sounds like you guys got two problems.
being a monk. I mean, I really just need the radiant flame. Be honest with you, I could point me to the nearest scroll shop. Not to burden you.
Well, no, we can
Hey,
handle
it
that, and
It
we'd
just
like
sounds like
to.
you have a lot going on.
Oh,
Diplomatic mission. Sounds like you got a recruitment issue.
well, we're just as surprised by that as you are.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
this
feels like
is not an expectation that I think either of us had today.
yeah, you just got a lot going on.
Look, I promise I won't cause any issues with your diplomatic situation.
I don't like how
I'll
you air
just sit
quoted that.
back. I'll just sit back, and if things get to fighting, then I'm here to protect you. Or at least help out. I mean, I know you don't need protecting. Like you all look very capable.
Well, can't say you've started with the best impression, sir, but I'm looking at like Hyperion. Like, can't deny that having an extra person with us might help from, things starting off poorly. The goblins. We don't know how many of them there are.
There is safety in numbers.
Indeed, and our new friend Warren here said that he encountered trouble on the road too, not from goblins, but from bandits, was it? So
Yeah.
I think it'd be in the best interest of all of us, perhaps travel together. Going to be heading down south and dealing with these issues on the road and potential undead.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, old timer, but I don't think that you have too many more parts that you can replace on you.
I'm sorry. I know you said no offense, but there is no part I couldn't replace on me.
Francisco definitely let out a chuckle at that.
Oh, it's more a matter of pros and cons. Sure. I mean, that looks fancy and that looks fancy. I'm sure you can make anything, really.
Again, fine craftsmanship. I would hate to see you lose any more parts.
Unnecessarily, yeah.
And I mean, we've got what you need anyway, minus the holy water. But I mean, I'm sure there's a shop in town that be willing to part with some.
It's true.
Yeah,
Scrolls don't come cheap, and neither does holy water typically.
yeah, it's fair. I mean, I kind of have some on reserve. I can check prices here. I gotta stop by shop anyway. Still have Dolly. Well, God damn it! It just hit me that a goblin stole my fucking crossbow.
Oh,
I'm assuming that's when he has the realization.
You probably are looking for your crossbow, and you're like,
Yeah.
"That's right."
Yeah, I gotta replace. He probably stares at the ground for a second and has that like math equations flying by his face.
yeah,
The
yeah.
alien. Yeah, there's so I stayed in a cave and thank goodness I found it. But I had a crossbow. Kind of using the creeps to think about. Do you know where your goblins are? Because I'm pretty sure I know where they are. I stayed in a cave not too far ago, and I was robbed by some, to put it simply.
By goblins?
Yeah, they took my crossbow.
Well, goodness, you really have had quite the harrowing trip. Longbarrow isn't even that far away.
Yeah, it's a few days. I've been adventuring a long time. I've had much more happen in a shorter time.
Sounds like you had some poor luck there, friend.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Well, there's always a silver lining. The fact that you had this run in with those goblins may turn out for the best, considering
Yeah.
we didn't even know where to look for them.
Well, that worked out. I was actually going to ask. So, I was like, imagine having two different goblin problems. That'd be.
Suppose it's possible, but let's hope not.
So,
What if goblins brought back the undead? And he's
Just
already
like
like
silence
smiling
around the
afterwards.
table.
Like, yeah, he's like trying to make a joke. Like,
Warren's not going to say a word. He's just going to fill up your cup with like the pitcher that he has. And since it's a mixture of everything, he doesn't even care. He's just going to top you off. All right,
Thank
there
you.
we go. Yeah, just drink up on that. Great
You
theory,
know-
great theory. So,
You know that running joke in Avatar: Last Airbender where someone makes a joke and then someone in the background just coughs?
yeah.
That's what I
That-
just
I'm-
imagined.
That was the energy I was hoping for.
I love it. Right. Well, okay.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you did only just get in tonight, right? So, I suppose you'd need a little bit of time to
Yeah,
recover from your travels, restock perhaps.
just a night. Maybe we could just stop at the shop in the morning and we could probably head out. I mean,
Have I already finished my business in Ravenholm, Matt?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You probably got that done earlier today. Maybe you guys got in like midday, hung out, maybe stopped by a few shops, maybe went by some of the shrines.
hmm Well, how do you feel about leaving tomorrow, Hyperion? I feel pretty good about the work we've done in Ravenholm today. I suppose we're being called elsewhere, it seems.
It does seem that way, doesn't it, Kira? I mean, I have no problems with leaving tomorrow. Francisco, can you make sure that you get up in time to leave?
One thing I'm just gonna roll with that stealth check I already did. You look back at him. He didn't have a bag before. It was just the quarterstaff on his back. But you look back now, and there's a bag next to his chair with his like bedroll and everything.
Where did that come from?
I didn't know.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be ready.
Okay, I just bright and early, buddy. Bright and early.
He does the like finger guns.
So we'll travel together as a group to the shops, top off on any little doodads we might need, and then head out, sounds like.
Yeah.
What about this issue with the holy water? How much holy water?
Since you had some on reserve?
Yeah, there was a shop that had some. I just asked him if he could just like hold on to it just in case.
I mean, like, how much did you need? Did you need like a little bit or a lot of
Like a
bit?
vial?
Like a gallon?
Like if you cupped your hands together.
Wait, which one of us? We have very different sizes.
Yeah, Francisco's holding his tiny halfling hands up.
Hyperion, put your with your feathers too. I know it makes it a little bigger. That's the point. But it's about that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we could dilute it.
So what's that, like 3 flasks?
What?
Yeah, how much is that, Matt?
It
I made up the measurement of bird hands. So.
Bird hand measurement.
reminds me of like measuring horses. Aren't they measured in hands? I never understood that.
I think
Something
so.
like that, yeah.
It's the imperial system.
But this is for the holy water.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
just gesturing how much he thinks they need.
You would wager you would probably need about 4 pints worth, give or take.
And how much are the, like if you buy a unit of holy water, what's the standard like amount?
Oh, those can be a little pricey because I think they come
Yeah.
in flask size.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let me double check my.
I remember it was
Listy here.
expensive, but I don't remember.
It was 25 gold pieces for a flask.
Mm.
So if
Oh my
Brock,
God.
if Brock at the
Oh.
Belfast can be kept to his word, he supposedly should have enough for you.
Question.
Yes,
Does purify food and drink make holy water?
it does
Hmm.
not. I believe you have a spell
Yeah,
too.
no.
I think it's the ceremony spell.
Oh, is it
the
actually
ceremony
makes holy
spell?
water. I think. I don't know how much it makes, but I remember it does something with holy water.
Okay, let me check in on that.
Because
25.
are we both prepared casters? Is that how clerics and paladins work?
Yeah, you guys are both
Ah.
prepared casters, so you
You
can switch
touch-
out your spells after a long rest.
You touch one vial of water and cause it to become holy water. I didn't know that.
Oh.
I always knew you
But
could
we
do like
could make
weddings
it
and
along the way.
We could. It does take 25 silver pieces, and then I powder them though, so it's a little expensive.
25
25
silver,
gold.
you said?
25
Whoa.
gold worth of powdered
Silver.
silver.
You snort it, don't blow.
Apparently, shit, dude.
Yeah, but I didn't know. That's cool. I like funeral rite. Sorry, it's just random bits I haven't really read through ceremony before.
Right? That's crazy.
25 is a
Yeah,
gold
so I
check.
think
Oh, that's
that.
fun.
I mean, it'll take a lot of gold for me to make it. So I think hopefully having your friend back at the shop, keeping his word, might help you out there.
I'm sorry, man, because I didn't even think about this. Is a flask enough?
A flask would not be enough.
So how much do
We need
I
4 flasks, right?
Oh, so like a
Uh,
flask is a point?
Yeah,
Sorry,
it'd be
just-
about 4 flasks.
So I
Yeah,
would need
so
a.
it'd take 100 gold pieces worth of powdered silver.
How much
and
is holy water? Isn't holy water 25 gold?
the flat price is 25 gold.
And how
That's
much is
just,
he
like,
gonna
best
sell it
value.
for?
I mean, Brock said he would give it to you all if you showed up with someone who could supposedly do the
Right,
flame
okay,
portion
he
of this
would
rite that
prefer
you
me.
needed.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I didn't
Yeah,
remember that
yeah.
he would give it
I
to us. I thought he was
couldn't.
giving us a discount.
That's I thought I couldn't remember. So then I realized, oh shit, I might not have enough at all. Okay, cool.
You guys,
Thank you.
I think we rolled some persuasions. I think you guys rolled pretty
Yeah,
good to convince him, and you guys like use the notion of it's for the town, trying to protect the
live
people, and
here.
he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, all right. Because then
Yeah,
you
as
guys
long as
asked
you
if
can
you
bring
could
someone to actually
get
do it.
You asked if you could actually get it and like have it, and he said, "Okay, I'm only so lenient. If you guys come back with someone who has
Someone
the
who can do
radiant
it.
flame, then I'll
Okay.
hand off the holy water."
Okay. So we don't need to buy any in
No.
theory.
Okay, that's my
In
bad.
theory, that's right. Unless you wanted to restock Brock afterwards, if that's the vibe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what Humta wanted to do, but he's not around, so.
In this economy. Dun, dun. Everything's fine. All right. Well, yeah. So I guess if Francisco's already ready, I'm gonna maybe just go get a room. We could just meet in the morning. Head on out.
Sounds fine to me.
Yes, I think we can be ready in the morning.
Yeah. All right. One of my just finish up his drink and then take a sweet roll, and then probably grab all his stuff. I'm so sorry. Just pardon me. I'm gonna call it. Just feel a little grimy from the road. Just
Of course.
no,
of
please.
course.
I'm just a little exhausted. But I'll see you guys bright and early. And I can show you where the cave is. Also, it's not bad shelter if we somehow time it. Although probably when you get there in the daytime. I don't know. Tomorrow's problem, and his mage hand has like the two fingers and the heels of his shoes floating
You have
behind him.
You have yourself a good night, Mr. Tinkerhill. Rest up well. It's gonna be an interesting day tomorrow, it sounds like.
Indeed. Back on the road again for you.
They all. And he'll just kind of like clink off. Metal leg as he goes to find somebody to get a room.
I love it. I love it. Meal and drink being taken care of as Eldath's channel went ahead and took it on their bill, which was given to them for free. Heading back to that sort of bar itself. Speaking with both of the sort of innkeepers / barkeeps, you could get a room here for the night for 1 gold piece.
That
Same,
sounds.
same would go for Francisco as well. Just sidebar.
Yeah.
Great. I'll take the room and a bath if possible, and some tea if you've got it.
Can do. We can get you a tub. Should be perfect size. Tea. Something minty. Something sweet. Any preference?
Minty sounds good.
Fair enough. For the bath and for that tea, we'll go ahead and do another 2 silver pieces, and we'll get you taken care of.
And then, so put down the gold, and he'll put down 3 silver pieces, and he'll be, for the mess earlier.
I get it. That's why we have kids, right?
Wow, you must be tired if you didn't bring up your children.
You said his friends died.
Oh.
And you would get a room on the south wing, and it is labeled room 1.
But don't worry, I've already plot who reminds him of who. You'll hear about it.
I love it.
This one?
Yep, over here in the south wing.
I like Windows. Why is it so cool?
I know. I don't use Windows enough. I realized that when I made this.
they're
one.
really fun. Oh wait, room 1.
Uh,
Oh, that's
Francisco
cool. They're locked.
would also get a room, but maybe he like got his room earlier, so I just
Oh,
went ahead
that's
and took
fair.
off the coin.
Door
Fair enough,
feature's
fair enough.
great.
We'll say you are in room 2 in the south wing. And go ahead and also take off. We'll say 1 copper piece for that leftovers that you had.
So I got a 9. Change that to 3. Yeah.
Oh,
Francisco
I
though
have-
definitely would stay up, so having another drink,
I love it. I love it.
trying to finish off if anybody left something on the table.
There was probably some of that dragon bite left over. It was probably just like room temperature. It was no longer even warm,
Ugh.
but it
Eh.
goes down. You just pour it into your leftovers just to top off your mug.
it's disgusting.
But
Uh,
he if you guys stayed up, he'd be like, this leftovers is pretty good. Funny nickname for a drink though. Little different every time though. I'm not really sure why.
Consistency be nice.
You're getting the fact maybe he didn't even read the menu. He just asked for the cheapest drink.
Yeah.
I love it. And for Kira and for Hyperion, I'm assuming you were both rooming separately.
Yeah.
You would be given the comfort rooms that have Arcana fireplaces. They do produce heat, though no actual flame. And that would be in room 3 and 4 in the south wing.
Up these stairs here.
It's over on the opposite side. It's over on this side.
Oh, I got it. Okay. This looks like a storage room.
They're multiplying.
I can't see my token anymore.
Can't see your token. Oh.
I couldn't see it this whole time. I didn't realize we were in there. I was just like,
Oh, really? That's so weird.
yeah, because I dragged one onto the screen and then
That's funny.
saw
I could
that there
see
was
it.
one sitting there. Yeah, that I couldn't. I don't know. It was spooky.
It was funny because for a minute I was like, "Man, Chance's character looks so big," and then I like moved around. And I was like, "Oh, we're all small."
Yeah.
When the waitress and shit came up.
Itty bitty.
Yeah,
How do I
no,
do the
can't see
door?
Here, I'm gonna back out and come back in, see if that fixes it.
I was at a locked door. It's not that way. Are all of them the?
It's all on the south wing. You guys are all over on this side.
Okay.
But I think I got yours figured out, Chance.
Okay.
But you let me know. Oh, it's
Coming
so
back
weird.
in, Pop.
Got the black one. Yeah, I might have an extra token floating around in the black of that map because
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't know where to place it
Oh, you're
because I
good.
couldn't see.
Oh, okay.
I think it's so funny
you
we
again.
both chose Southern accents, Chance.
I am trying not to do a Southern accent, but it keeps coming. I think we've just spent so much time together that I'm starting to pick up on the accent.
Yeah, I love it.
It's legitimately hard for me though. Sometimes I find myself picking up accents, and I'm like, "God damn it, no!
Right?
What am I doing?"
Through this door? Well, that's not
Not
the right
Yeah,
door.
you gotta go through 2 doors. One's a bunch of barrels, and then you get to the rooms.
Ah, okay.
You gotta push through. You gotta not be
What?
afraid to walk around. You're the whatever champions. You should be kicking doors down.
We're more polite than that.
Whoops.
Can I like weirdly see into your rooms because the doors are left open? I see like a grayed out version where I can't see your characters.
Yeah, that's called Explorer mode. It's that way. It's not just like a black space that you're looking at in the void.
Is it just because other players are in those areas?
Because other players have been into those areas. Yes.
Oh,
interesting.
I see.
Mm?
So it's like a fog
So
of
it's like-
war,
Yeah,
but like
like
or
unlocking
like
a map.
the
Basically.
yeah.
I don't like doing it
That's
on
really
all
interesting.
maps, but with like an inn, it just makes sense. So you guys kind of remember the layout versus like a dungeon where I want you to try to remember the layout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sir.
Oh god,
I can lock the window. Oh wait, I can't unlock it.
Uh,
Oh no, it's telling me it's locked.
this is gonna take some
Nice
getting
shot.
used to for me, but I like it.
I can only see what I've explored. Right? That's normal.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. It's like I don't see anybody else.
I don't know. When I do control view for like
Oh,
you,
this is
Chad, I
cool.
can see the other grayed out rooms. I just can't see anyone in them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what he was saying now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Makes
see
sense.
into like your room and Bryce's room because I clicked things, but I can't see into Chance's room.
How dare you? Yeah, if the doors are open.
Where?
I seen it. Chance opened my door. Total invasion of privacy.
Wait. Close your door, Bryce.
For
Why do I
Hyperion,
have to?
sleep at the door.
You're the one that's weird about it.
I'm not in bed. I'm hanging out. Mind your own
Holy
business. You
armor.
close your door.
Wait.
For Kira and Hyperion, your stay is comped. You are not charged the normally 2 gold pieces for these comfort rooms.
Woo.
Woo!
Preferential treatment.
Another's choice.
That's what church is all about, baby.
As we begin to look at some nighttime activities, we'll start with maybe Warren, seeing the traditional tinkering that he usually does, or setting up shop that he sort of gets into, his like mobile workstation.
Yeah, he probably throws like his bag and shit on the other bed and then clears off that little like nightstand.
Mm-hmm.
And he just starts putting all his bits down. Like pops off his leg. And then just like all his like his little like lighter thing, his sparkle thing. But yeah, he just kind of tweaks on all that stuff, and then he has like up his little puzzle box, and maybe like his note journal, and probably still kind of mumbles out loud as if he was there as he works.
Aww.
The occasional quip or like revelation or like muttering. Love it.
As if his lab buddy is still there.
And we'll pan from. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, that was actually I was gonna say that's part of it. just as usual. And there's bath and shit.
Yeah, the tub would arrive. You get cleaned up. You get all your bits polished.
Yeah, that'd be about it.
We'll move over from room 1 to room 2, as we would see Francisco in their room. What would Francisco's sort of nighttime activities or rituals be while in the solitude of his inn room?
He would, as he does every night before bed, after a heavy night of drinking, guzzle his entire water flask. Get some proper hydration. Make sure that's refilled. And then he would like get in bed and then start like meditating. And then eventually fall asleep. There'd be a little bit of a wobble back and forth and then they'd fall backwards.
Just clocks, just it's out, immediately snoring.
Yep.
Love it. We'll move from room 2 over to room 4 with Hyperion. What would Hyperion's sort of nightly rituals or activities be here in his in room?
I think the Hyperion's pretty ceremonious about like his nighttime rituals and stuff. And so it's like kind of like to a T, like just how he does things all the time. And so,
Mhm.
like, of course, he takes off like the armaments and stuff, like takes off the belt, takes off the chains and stuff around his neck, and kind of like lines them up and places everything very neatly, like organized. Or if there's like any or anything, like he'd probably hang things up like very neatly. And I think the Hyperion would have requested a like a little foot like tub and
Oh
like
yeah,
a
do
and a warm
a little
kettle.
little soaking spot.
Yeah. And
Love
so
it.
he would like prop like get the tub ready by the bed and stuff, and he would sit on the bed and like dip his talons in after he did everything, and then he would kind of like comb through the day. And then I think he does his like his nightly prayer, and then probably just heads off to sleep.
I love it. I love it. Saying a sort of regimented, very clockwork ritual for you as you finish out the night, head to bed. We'll go to our final party member in room 3, as we would see Kira. And what would Kira's nighttime sort of rituals or activities be here in the solace of your in room?
Um, well, I was gonna say like maybe she'd send a letter to like keep people posted on where she's going, but then I saw that like it costs a lot of money.
Interesting.
So
I mean, we'll say maybe you have one of those like letters and ink sort of at the ready, but you'd have to go pick up more materials to send more if you wanted to send one tonight, or just have like a backup just in case. That's
yeah,
fair.
maybe I don't know, like maybe it's kind of standard to like keep up, like a bullet point, like a list of like I'm doing this and then I'm going here and like dates and stuff. And then once it's full, you send it in, almost like a timesheet, I guess.
Sure. So maybe you're
uh,
just like filling out the
Yeah.
timesheet.
yeah, like I'm just updating it that I did XYZ here, and now I'm gonna be heading out this way. But it's not full enough. None of it is urgent enough to send off now. So then after I fill that out and sort of stow it away in my items, maybe like check my windows, check the room, just make sure there's nothing weird. It's kind of more habit than that she actually thinks anything's going on around here.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Giving it a once over, you feel pretty comfortable. Maybe even remembering that you think you've stayed in this room before. Maybe it's like
hmm,
2 years ago, 3 years ago. You're
yeah,
pretty sure you stayed in this room before.
nice. Yeah, just kind of like I imagine she kind of stays up late, just sort of hanging out in her room, like just making sure she doesn't get any unexpected letters before turning in, and probably just keeping her eyes out the windows and just kind of being aware of everything that's going on around her before she finally gets tired enough to start to pass out.
It's fair. It's fair. Getting to bed down, catching some sleep, night progressing on for all of you. I don't think any of you need it, but you do obtain a long rest as the night would go on pretty safe and sound. Light rain hitting your windows, maybe hear a light rumbling in the sky every now and again, but it's very faint, very brief. After a little bit of time, the sun would slowly begin to rise on a new day here in Ravenholm. The sky overhead still a little murky as the sun would just begin to peek up and raise. Um, we would probably at least see Warren as he's a fairly early riser, already maybe going through his items, maybe doing a loose packing check through even at this point. Um, what would Francisco's sort of very early morning look like? Is he a sleep-in guy, or is he a rise with the sun, or just sort of get up, early?
He, unfortunately, with his monk training, is a rise with the sun. That is something that definitely got ingrained into him, and he hates it.
I love it. Seeing Warren in his room, starting his day, probably already started. Francisco, as the sun rose, so did you, as you begin to get up, doing your probably stretches. I imagine
Yeah.
almost like a yoga routine.
He definitely fell asleep like with the stick in hand, and sometimes maybe he ends up letting go, and he lays on it at different portions of the night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he's got to stretch his body back out like F.
Looking over from room 2 to room 4 with Hyperion. Would Hyperion be an early riser? Would he be
Oh
waking
yeah,
with? Oh, nice.
yeah. Hyperion's usually up before the sun is up. He usually probably gets up like an hour before so that he can try to get like a morning workout in and stuff.
Oh, before the sun is up. Oh, look at this guy.
Rise and grind over here.
Such a one-upper. 5 foot.
We move from Hyperion over to our last party member in room 3. Would Kira be an early riser?
I mean, she's not a late-in sleeper, but I think compared to everyone else, she's probably the only one still asleep.
It's
I
like
think she's just
6:30
like,
and everyone's like, "Oh, good morning."
yeah. Like, I think basically the normal routine is maybe that Hyperion just knocks on her door because she's like a light sleeper.
That makes sense.
Especially because she stays up later. She's more of a night owl.
I think it's this one, right? This one.
Yeah, top one.
Yeah.
So yeah, as the morning would like roll in and like Hyperion that everybody is up, he'd probably like come and knock on your door, summon you.
She's there in a moment. Opens it up.
Well, good morning.
Morning, Hyperion. Sleep in today?
Never do, never will. But it seems like everybody else is up too. So if you want to gather your stuff and get yourself ready, we can probably stop for some breakfast.
Sounds good. Didn't realize I was with a bunch of morning larks.
Oh,
She's
me
probably
neither.
got her stuff like piled ready by the door. Just kind of grabs it.
I was actually really surprised that Francisco was up. Really thought that he'd be pretty hungover.
Yeah, he definitely like came out of the room for a moment. That's probably when you saw him like he did another guzzle of the water skin, went to refill it, and then continued to stretching in his room. But then once you guys started like talking after her coming out the door, that's when he would open the door.
Morning.
Oh, good morning.
Surprise you're up.
Oh,
Like,
well, I mean,
really?
it's kind of ingrained in me at this point.
So you really are a monk.
So you don't lie about everything they say.
See? There's some truth here.
We generally prefer all the truth.
Yeah, some things you don't need to know.
Well, I mean, I think we'll all get to know each other a little better on our journey back to Long Barrow.
Is this where
And
Strange
Long Barrow is genuinely cannot remember which direction you guys said.
South.
South. And that's he's like pointing in which direction.
you should roll a d4. See if you're right.
I could roll a survival.
Where's Warren's room? Is this it?
I think it's this one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Knock, knock. Gentle knock.
He'll just kind of crack the door. Yeah. Oh, is everybody ready? Are we, I'll just kind of like open it now. He's like, oh.
Well, I don't think we're heading out quite yet, but everyone's getting ready to go down and eat. Just wanted to make sure you were up.
Oh. Yep. I'll be ready. Give me just a second. Let me get my leg on.
Right.
You hop to the door.
He is a walking stick.
Yeah, we just thought that sound was his regular prosthetic leg, but I guess that was his walking stick this time.
He's got a metal cap on it. Keep it fresh. And yeah, he goes and he puts all his like little tinker gadgets away, and he clicks the old robot leg on, packs up his stuff, and then he'll meet them.
Don't forget to close your door.
I don't think I closed my door.
I got it.
We're checking out anyway.
As you all enter the tavern section here at North River, there'd be a few more citizens here enjoying various breakfast plates. You would see that sort of shaggy-haired son, supposedly, of the two innkeepers here, placing down some dishes, looking over as you all enter. Morning. Grab some seats if you guys wanted to grab a quick bite. Here, I'll take those room keys. Unless you're trying to stay another night. Sorry, not trying to presume anything.
I think we're headed out. Warren will check his pockets for like way too long to realize it's in his hand. Just look at that. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, hand it over.
Jasper
Period
collecting up the
dances
room
over.
keys.
I'll let you look at that.
Thank you. Grab a seat somewhere. I'll be over. We'll get some orders. Generic breakfasts, eggs, sausage, toast, biscuits. We got a few things. So if you got anything special, just let us know.
You got some gravy for them biscuits?
I think Dad's making gravy. What's today? Tuesday? I think he's probably got gravy. If not, we can whip something up if you got time.
I just kind of look at the others.
You can wait for your gravy. We go to a store. There's no rush.
I just give a thumbs up as I continue walking. Sounds good.
Generic breakfast.
Generic breakfast minus
Yeah.
eggs for Hyperion. Can I suck?
You guys have any seeds or like feed or like
Got any worms back there?
Dried
got, like,
mealworms.
worms or like
Just small rodents.
Yeah, I went
Yeah, some small rodents.
I went
Small
to
rodents.
went to these spheres once, and I stopped at this place called Betty Croker's. You guys should try it out. Amazing.
They put bugs in the base. It's wild. I'll just take the rabbit stew, thanks.
Guess everybody's sitting back here today.
Honestly. Well, it just seemed weird being front and center. Plus, who
I
doesn't
just
want to hear
followed
the
the old
crackling
man.
of a fire? My old man instincts.
you get back by the fire.
Atmosphere and warmth, baby.
Why don't you take the chair closest to the fire?
It's too much heat. I thought about it. He doesn't like direct heat on his back.
Can't be too close.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Your back's on fire because you're sitting too close, but at least here you can adjust. He's a gnome in a human's chair. He can swivel so he's facing it.
Mhm.
Sit on its side saddle.
I didn't even think about it till just now. We not only are all smalls, none of us are matching races.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Hyperion's not small.
Well, I mean
Liam,
of
thank
the
you.
smalls,
I'm
you
solid
know.
5 feet tall, thank you.
Yeah, sir.
Solid.
Definitely 5 feet.
Definitely 5 feet.
A war broke out amongst the sizes.
Jasper returning, probably placing menus down in front of each of you. Dad said he can get some gravy going. Be maybe 5-10 minutes. He also said that he's going to go ahead and get links, grilled up too. So I mean, it's kind of regular menu plus if you want any breakfasty type stuff. So any waters or teas, or can I get some drinks for anyone?
I'll take some tea.
Yeah, caffeinated tea. Something get a little spring in our step.
Yeah, tea sounds lovely.
Jasper
I'll get some of
heading
the
off.
Pice Spork link along with the biscuits and gravy.
Good
And
choice.
leftovers. Only one though. He looks at the group like, I can handle one in the morning.
One
Alright,
runs
so
a frugal
what do you
superior for the
eat?
table. Oh, that's for nuts and seeds. For my boy.
As you all get some various food and some dishes, Kira and for Hyperion, you are not charged anything. For Francisco and Warren, it is 2 silver pieces, and we'll go ahead and say 2 copper each. That includes your drinks and your foodage.
They're gonna feel so silly when I become a big deal around here.
They don't know you. I mean, Hyperion and Kira at any point could be like, "Oh, hey, they're actually part of Eldast's channel. They're with us."
No.
They would never for Francisco.
Warren
on a
would pay.
trial
He has to pay.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
What? I'm not even trying out. I just need you for your radiant flame, okay? I'm trying to get
Oh,
attached.
so you're just gonna use us and lose us. I see how it is.
Yeah,
Wow.
I have enough grandkids. I'm not looking for
I love it. I love it. You guys get some food, drink. This counting as your meal for the day, so you do not need to take off any rations for this day. Getting a meal here at
Woo.
the inn. All of you eventually beginning to head out into Ravenholm proper. Seeing again, it's still fairly early in the morning. Maybe only an hour ish or so used to sort of eat, enjoy, and sort of prepare for the day. Maybe encroaching, 8 o'clock in the morning or so at the latest. Stepping out into Ravenholm, gloomy skies overhead, like a thin gray wisp of cloud just sort of lays in a sheet over the sky, it would almost appear like, with these waves and ripples and tears in it. You can see a bleak sun sort of muffled behind the veil. A chill of a wind would push through on occasion, not strong or forceful, but enough to be annoying and persistent. Heading to some of the few various shops that this place has to offer. Um, Let me see here. The Trusted Trekker, the hunting and trapper supplies. Oh, I should have made a whole separate handout for these. I totally forgot. It's okay. So the Trusted Trapper will have any of the adventuring supplies from that link with the addition of 5 copper pieces. That's any basic adventuring bits. They would not have any real weaponry. They would maybe have like a few bows or crossbows, more ranged weapon. But if you inquired about any armor or more practical weapons, you would be directed to the local smithy, place that repairs as well as sells metal goods, weapons, and armor.
Where's the
Basically.
list? I don't see it.
I posted it in Roll20.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. That's why.
It's just a link to it. I could have posted it in Discord.
No worries.
I never know because I know you're on mobile, so I never know if putting it on Discord is just more pain in the ass for you.
Discord does tend to be more of a pain in the ass in that regard, yeah.
I'll just try to be more verbal about where I post it. 'Cause if you guys want weapons or armor, we'll have a sort of similar situation here. Me posting a link with an additional text thrown onto each item.
I mean, my character is way too broke to really afford anything.
I get a signal whistle.
You
That sounds
can
useful.
Get a signet whistle or a signal whistle. Is that 5? So that'd be 1 silver piece for a signal whistle.
10. Can I get 2 rations?
You can get 2 rations.
Okay.
So just let me see where. Oh, it's right there.
Two gold, 1 silver.
It would be 1 gold, 1 silver, because you're getting 2 days of rations, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I was thinking about 4. I changed it.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I don't want you to lose out on gold.
And that's and then can't wait till one day I can buy a fucking potion of healing. I'll be so cool. Everybody will respect me.
Everyone will respect me.
Actually, I need to save up 100 gold so I can buy a gem so I can make that servant.
Oh yeah, you're homunculus.
Yeah. One day. But I'm not in a big hurry because I want it to be my next infusion. I don't think I get that till like 5 or 6.
So all the prices for everything's at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that chart
Right?
thing. Yeah, you got to scroll like
The
way
chart.
down till it's listed.
Yeah. It has all the attributes. It tells you a bunch of like
Yeah.
for, like,
I
mechanical
was kind of
uses.
like skimming through all that first, and then I came to this chart, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And don't forget, weights are also a thing. So if you buy anything and it has a weight value, be sure to put that on there. And I learned doing decimals does not compute to weight, but if you do fractions, it does translate to weight.
Oh, I was wondering why my decimal was a fraction. I thought the system changed it.
No, I tried it earlier and I was like, oh shit, it finally did it. Because I could never get, anything less than, rounded numbers to translate to actual weight.
Huh.
Yeah, fun
Very
fact I learned.
good. Can we consider this shopping thing like a break?
Sure. We could take a break.
Yeah, I think about all I need. I'm kind of broke.
Yeah, so we figure out because I don't need anything. Well, in game I don't need anything. I need a snack. So.
Fair.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't need to buy anything, go ahead and bathrooms, bevies, and bits.
Cool.
Does anyone need weapons or armor? That's probably a better question. Does anyone want weapons or armor?
I definitely don't need armor, being a monk.
I mean, I kind of do, but I'm also so broke right now that I think I'll
Yeah.
wait. Oh.
Samesies. After we raid that, I mean, clear the undead. I think I'll be feeling a little more comfortable.
After we bash some undead face in.
Yeah. In the name of God.
In the name of
Eldath.
In the name of Matt, our Lord and Savior.
Robbed.
That sounds like God. Chad, do you want weapons or armor?
No, I already looked at it. It'd be like all my monies.
No? Cool. All right. So yeah, we'll go bathrooms, bevies, and bits as you guys set out from Ravenholm.
Ooh, shit.
And
I need to get
now
my
I
crossbow back.
can show you all the Varhelm Phase 2. Now that you have some more traveled folk in your party, got some more locale names.
Which we have
I feel like I should be buying something, but like I'm looking at this list and I just like I don't know if I really need anything right now.
That's fair. I mean, if you get the
Yeah.
Explorers pack, which I think most of you got, it gives you a lot of
Mhm.
really solid basics.
How
What
much
do
are
you get,
darts? Is that
Uh,
here?
Darts are 5 copper pieces per dart.
Oh, that's not bad. Fucking arrows are a whole gold piece, dude.
For
Mm.
20, right?
For 20 of them.
5
And when you shoot
copper.
them, it's just like you're just like wasting like a fucking silver every time you shoot one.
So 10 would be 5 silver.
Yes. Do believe
Yeah,
so.
I'll add another 10. Why not? Load
Hell
up
yeah.
on darts just in case.
Just
Winged
never
by
know.
the blacksmith, picking up some darts.
And that weight's already like there, so that should be fine, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
goes off
okay.
the quantity, so the quantity will multiply it.
Sick.
So it was that plus. Well, and there's the additional tax. Sorry, I forgot. It's 5 copper per item as well. So that's an additional. What did we say? It was 2 silver. So an additional 2 silver. It essentially doubles the price for darts.
So
Am I
it's not
mathing?
5 silver, it's a gold.
Oh, let me see. Was it 5 silver? I'm math wrong.
5 copper.
I bought
Per
10
item.
darts.
Hmm.
We initially said 5 silver. What is the
5 silver.
tax?
It's
So
an
you said-
additional 5 copper per, so it doubles the price. So
Yeah,
each
so
dart
and
becomes
so
1
gold.
silver piece. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I was mathing poorly. I'm dyslexic. Forgive.
You're good. I was just like, wait, what? I got it.
Beautiful. Dart it up. Now I'm gonna go get a drink. BRB.
Yee.
Burn.